Well, shit.
What are y'all doing?
This is awful. I'm Deontay,
I'm Jordan.
and today we're going to be kind of reviewing, just talking about what we just watched. Captain Marvel, Jordan's second movie into the MCU. Well, third technically, because she's seen Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
She's seen Black Panther. We started with Captain America, and now we're doing Captain Marvel. Again, we are doing this in the cinematic timeline, not when the movie's released in theaters, but in the time period of the movie where it takes place in the MCU timeline. So Captain America was first, and then Captain Marvel around 1995, and then the next movie will be Iron Man. But before we get to Iron Man, what do you think about Captain Marvel? Like, and it's good that you kind of saw a woman superhero in your second movie, because
I'm
again,
not gonna see one for a while.
well, that, and let me think. No, you're not gonna see one for a while, and you wouldn't have seen one if we watched it in the regular order. That would have been like, again, the third to the last movie, I think. But what did you think?
I liked it. It was a lot easier to follow than I thought it was gonna be. I was not confused.
And that's getting into like the the nerdy part of like the Kree and the scrolls and stuff like that.
I got all of that,
You got
and
all
I
of
was
that?
calling out. Go back to the spots where I was calling out people.
Yep.
I knew that the first dude, when they first found the scroll
You talking about? You
and they
talking?
was doing his autopsy,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
knew he was
You
gonna be
called that. You
guilty.
called that out.
Because he said, he was like, don't tell nobody or something like that. That's like red flag right there.
Yeah, you did call that out.
I knew that, I forgot his name. The one who invented Verse.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot his name too.
I knew he was going to be a bad guy. I didn't know why though. I thought he was going to be a Skrull because he had green eyes, but I knew he. But like I said, it was easy to follow. I think it was a good movie. It kept me interested the whole time,
Okay.
which is hard for me personally because I just don't pay enough attention and I usually get distracted and then I have to ask a whole bunch of questions.
So you understand. And again, this movie really had like nothing to do with the rest of what we watched.
It
There's
just gave her a story.
no, well, yeah, and like it's important in the way we watched it, because there's, I'll let you know, the Tesseract
The core of the energy.
comes up first, comes up in the second movie.
Okay.
But again, when we watched it, when we got the movie in 2019 or whatever it was, we had already got other movies about the Tesseract and all this other stuff. So it wasn't really a surprise. Tesseract didn't do anything because we had like 8 movies about, we already know what's going on with the Tesseract and all this other shit. So it's kind of good that you're watching it this way, because then you get to see, like, you won't
The
be
importance of it in this movie.
right. You won't be like, you're getting fresh. Like, everything is fresh to you. And again, this movie kind of took us back, gave us a backstory to Captain Marvel, because she will be in Endgame, and people didn't. I guess they didn't want to be like, well, who the fuck is that? I mean, she hasn't been here this whole time. Where the fuck has she been? So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what the idea was. But overall, a lot of people didn't like Brie Larson. She said some shit like, she said she didn't want white men interviewing her about superhero movies. She didn't want to hear from white men. She said men weren't gonna go see this because it's a female superhero movie, and
So
kind
she
of
was just negative about it from the
from
beginning.
from like the critic standpoint, because I think the critics kind of went hard on this movie, said it was too much like girl power and shit like that, which I
Is
didn't
that why it was easy for me to understand? They dumbed it down for women?
uh
Are the rest gonna be hard to follow?
no,
Oh.
it's not. I mean, it's like Harry Potter. Think about Harry Potter. When you first watched it, they can't put everything in the movies, so there's other stuff that's kind of like, you just have to know. If you read the books, then it's kind of easy. It's easy to it's easy to understand. But the more,
But I didn't read any of the comics.
right. But what I'm saying is, this will there's a little explanation that goes into this stuff, but the movies will 9 times out of 10 explain it. The reason why is because this is Marvel cinematic universe. So most of it is taken from the comics, but it's all condensed for the movies only. Because there's no way to set a universe directly from one character because they have so many backstories. Again, like I said, there's 25 other Captain Marvel. There's a new Captain Marvel, so they kept like these are to the movie. So if you stick to the movies, you can understand what's going on. Before we get out of here, what was your favorite part of the movie? Who was your favorite character? Talk a little bit about Nick Fury, Shield. What do you think about the Avengers Initiative?
Okay. My favorite part was probably the fight when she was supposed to have the Tesseract and Lunchbox.
Okay.
And they were all like, she was just doing that for fun at that point.
Right.
I mean, it was a distraction, obviously. It was a diversion, but she really just wanted to kick all their asses because they lied to her for so long.
Right.
So that was a really good part. I like seeing the backstory because it was a little predictable, but there were still things that were part of it that I wasn't expecting. So seeing the backstory once she got all her memories back, I like that. I liked Fury's character. He was a little too simplified for me though.
Simplified?
Like as a, what is he supposed to be, like a detective? He was a little slow.
No, he's not a detective. He's like a top secret. Well, I don't know if she is a secret agency at this point. I think it is, but
Right, and they made him like laughable too much for me. I feel like he should have been like a more smooth character.
well, I don't think he was. This was early Fury, and you'll see why. You'll see Fury in later movies why he is the way he is. Then this is young, new to this shit. He's not.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not the experienced Fury that you would see in the
Okay,
other movies.
well that makes sense then.
That's why he was like, we got to start this Avengers initiative
Uh-huh.
because we don't know what else. All right, well, next up will be Iron Man, and then Iron Man 1 and 2, and then I think the Avengers. We will try to knock this out, man. This is gonna be a long journey. Look, she back to taking notes.
Don't show the Captain America side.
Oh.
That side's a little skimp.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so we're gonna get out of here. See y'all later.
Have a good night.
Like, subscribe, and we'll be back.
He's in on it.
Look at you. How
As
you
soon
know?
as soon as you say don't tell no one, I already know you on some sneak shit.
For you.
Did you have a rough day, Agent Fury?
It was cool. You know, had a space invasion, big car chase, got to watch an alien autopsy. Typical 9 to 5. They're covering up a $1 billion mistake.
Her, she was the
Your
pilot.
Speed engine is toast.
That's why she can't remember anything. So does she have the thing somewhere? The thing that the Skrulls are after? She has it somewhere and she just doesn't know it because she lost her memory?
Put it on record. You said it. I'm not gonna tell you to move.
She just want to beat them up.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck.